Hi Cancer, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for December. Forgot what month it was for a second. For those of you who have a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't have one of those placements and it's a title or the thumbnail that led you to click onto this video, like we always say, stick around. There may be something here for you. If you'd like to support this channel, you may do so by watching an ad when it comes up. Oops. I'll try not to shake the camera. And what do you call it? The link to my PayPal is on the channel page or the about page. Oops. Wow. That just screams prosperity. King of Cups, King of Wands. It's giving showdown at dusk or dawn. I forget which one it is. I can try to read into it more, but it just looks like confrontation. Or not necessarily confrontation, it more so is like competition. You are this person. Who is it that does the better work? That's what this is about. It's about how you feel about what you did versus what... Wait, hold on, let me back up. I think I said that wrong. It's about how you feel about what you did versus versus what they did, right? And how you feel about what they did. And you're measuring yourself against them and their work, and you're looking at your own. Yeah. This Piscean energy with the Nine of Cups is reminding me of a Pisces reading that I did. I want to say a month or two back, but the title of that reading is Comparison Kills. And I want to just talk about that for a moment. If you're only, I just want to say to start, I don't think that competition is a bad thing. Healthy competition, right? The kind that pushes you to be better, the kind that inspires you when you break a sweat because you're trying, you're putting in effort to a greater degree than you have historically. So that kind of competition that has the lasting effect or impact on your life where it expands you, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's great. However, you know, on the other side of that, if you're competing just for competition's sake, or if it's because your ego that's fueling all of this and you just want to feel good about yourself and you just want to feel good about what you did and you just want to be proud of your work, you know, like, you can do all that. You can be proud of your work and you can, you know, you can cultivate that, you can work towards that. That's something that must be earned. You don't need to look at what anyone else is doing as a measure of your success. You can take a healthy amount of pride in what you have produced, because you're intimately aware of what it took to bring whatever it is about, what it took to get to where you are. So it's absolutely okay to be proud of that. You don't need to look to somebody else and constantly measure yourself against them. It gets you it gets you into this downward spiral where you begin to do all of these things that you don't need to do to feel secure. Or it makes you feel like you need to have certain things to feel secure. You have everything you need. It's just your perception about what you have and how much what you don't have hurts you, and how long it's taking you to get it, or how much it's costing you in the process. That's the thing that drains you. So we're back to talk about your cards, and I've reorganized them in a way that makes sense to me, and I hope that it'll help you follow what we're talking about here. We're going to go section by section and start with the section in the top left. And we're looking at that King of Wands. Just so attractive. Now, is this you or is this someone else? But it's annoying. It's irritating in a way, how good someone is doing, or how good they look, or how much they have their shit together, or how popular they are. And the topic of discussion is, it's looking like a popularity contest. Like, who is it that's achieved the most? Who's going to be valedictorian? So the spirit of competition is here heavy. And I always say, and also not just say, but also believe and have also lived by the principle that your biggest competitor should be yourself. And I think that, when you're your biggest competitor, when you're constantly trying to beat yourself to be better than yourself, that's the key to winning at life. And, to do that, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to push yourself. You have to be strong. And just know that when you're in that space where you have the kind of willpower to develop your skills and to grow, you develop a kind of confidence and faith that doesn't need to tear anyone else down, that doesn't need to look at what anyone else is doing, and you're free to be happy for other people. When you find out about how God is blessing them, when you find out about the opportunities they have, it's easy for you to be happy for them, because you're secure in yourself, and confident people with integrity, people who are kind, don't feel less than when they hear about someone else doing good. And it doesn't get enough attention. This kind of behavior, this kind of response doesn't get a lot of attention. I'm not saying that you are doing this. We're speaking candidly about the types of forces at play here. The devil has many faces, and in the near term, you may not be able to conceptualize the consequences of decisions made when you were competing. In the near term, you may not be able to visualize those because of the heat of the moment. Everything is so charged, it's so raw, so real. Taking a look at the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Four of Swords. I want you to look at this. Everything that we've been talking about, just look at how you're responding to the world around you. Examine that, and whatever kind of discomfort you feel, examine the foundations of that. What's the root cause of that discomfort? And if it's something that's within your capacity to impact for the better, make that change. These small changes, where you set aside your pride to diagnose the discomfort, can be very fruitful. Those positive changes have a way of cascading, and they're going to lead to some very important plans for the future. Decisions to be made is also here. If you've ever been ill, had any type of illness, or a broken bone, any kind of physical discomfort, or even, how do I want to say this? Mental discomfort, for lack of a better way of saying it. But by mental discomfort, I just mean like something that's exhausting to think about, the kind of thing that drains you mentally, emotionally. When you get the remedy, it's just a really beautiful thing. But there is, you must go through the diagnosis first. You must figure out what is causing it in order for the right medication to be prescribed. And when you begin to take the right kind, the kind that's going to heal you, restore your physical and mental and emotional form, then you can build. Properly. I hope that you found this helpful. I know I ramble at times, but I feel like we can talk like this. I'll see you in the next one.